Okay, so back to Captain Franklin. She was dating the guy named Trini on the block, and she was bringing him his drugs. I don't know what he was selling, weed or coke. I don't know, or crack. But the day she came in on post, me and Officer Manley was on post. Officer Manley was acting real funny, and real crazy. And I had an incident with the 70 precinct. I'm not gonna get into that, but um, I think what happened to Officer Manley happened to me. They drugged my food because I order food out a lot, and I couldn't explain why what happened, but it happened, and dealt with it with the precinct and went through my trials and tribulations. But that wasn't me, But I went through whatever I went through, and like I said, one way or the other, they're gonna try to dirty you up because you know um, if you do what I'm doing now, spill your guts, and or they have to prove that you're crazy, so nobody would listen to them. So since I dirtied up, I got dirtied up, and I believe I was drugged. I believe that someone put something in my food because I ordered food a lot, and I think I ordered food that day. And like I said, the guy, Trini, he dated her. But his best friend, his cohort, lived above me and still does, and something transpired between me and them, because they was connecting to my cable, they was connecting to my electricity, all kinds of stuff was going on in my apartment. Yeah, and I don't know, it just happened. So, if people want to say, well, she also got in trouble and so and so and so and so, yeah, I did, but I don't believe it was in my accord. I believe that somebody drugged me. I never took drugs in my life, but that's what happened to me that day, and that's to explain that. But you know, um, just keep your head up and um, take notes, like I say, because it's not one person; it's a whole group of people connected in some way. And for the average eye, it just looked like neighbors, friends, whatever. But if when someone sits down and connect the dots, they're gonna see, well, this one is so and so cousin, this one is so and so best friend, this one is always hanging out with each other, this one is dating so and so. You know, just connect the dots, just like with Deb Hill, his son, because the inmate, last name was Hill. So I can't remember if it was Deb Hill or Captain Hill, who had the Hill name. But the inmate was named Hill. And every time he took a shower, his friend would go in the, he would come out the shower, go in his cell, and his homeboy would follow him. I'm like, oh, you can, if y'all want to watch each other thing, but you have to watch him get dressed outside, And Deb Hill left his post. Him and the captain came on my post and told me to get off my post because the inmate was at the gate just making noise and all that stuff. So he never even came to hear my side. He put he put the inmate in it to cause trouble because they couldn't get me on anything because I kept the house quiet. I never really had I didn't have a fight when I was there. They never had a fight when I was there. You know, they respected me, I respected them, and then but once in a while they was like, "Wow, Officer Gibbons' house is always it's always quiet. What is she doing?" So they try to say that maybe she doing something with the inmates or bringing in drugs or whatever. So they trying to find nothing. It was just we had an understanding. It's like I would talk to the guys and I was like, listen, keep my house quiet, so and so and so and so, and I would get to try to do whatever y'all needed to be done. It's one hand washes the other in the jail system. And you cooperate with me, I'll cooperate with you, and I'll try to do the best that I can and go out my way to, get you into commissary, or get your haircuts and your phone calls and stuff like that. And because if the city gives you something and you use it, we're not liable to get you anything else. But then sometimes, the guys would go to the yard, and they would need to get to the law library, or need to get a cut or whatever, a haircut or whatever. So I would try to, but you have to respect me and not fight in my house and not cause trouble in my house. And therefore I would try to do that extra stuff. So me and my inmates, me and the inmates had understanding, especially the leader, the blood leader because Crips is on the other side. I was in a blood house. So me and the blood leaders would have an understanding. Mickey upstairs and Bell downstairs. We all three of us had understanding. When I'm here on my tour, give me a good day. Or else, since you're the leader, you can't handle your boys, I'm gonna get at you. You understand? So we had an understanding, and they respected me, and they kept my house quiet. So then they wasn't gonna move Mickey, so they moved Bell, and they tried to make him feel like it was me that moved them. I'm like, no, I'm going through some problem with them now. They just trying to figure out why, she not budging, and she keeping the house quiet. So and they know, well, some officers know how to deal with the leaders of the area, because each area have a leader, and some seasoned officers, and they deal accordingly to the leaders. So but that's it. Yeah, they try to make him feel like, oh, she sent you to the... No, it was dumb. It was Burks and Deb Johnson and all of them that had to get rid of us, keeping the house quiet, because they were trying to peddle their drugs. So when you hear like, and it shocked me as an officer. It shocked me when I figured it out, because I always used to stand up for corrections, and because I went through hell trying to get into the thing. They one thing I can say about the correction department, they investigate you to the hilt, because I think we get investigated more than NYPD. Why? Because we're up close with the criminals. They have to make sure that we on the up and up. We can't be bought anything, because you're going to deal with a lot of criminal elements. You're going to be dealing with gang leaders on the outside. You're going to be dealing with the mafia. You're going to be dealing with, because when you see it on the news the next day or a couple hours, they right in front of us. So we can't be, easily bought, can't be easily scared. You have to be on the up and up, and they investigate us to the help, because many times, the inmate be like, Miss G, he was on the news, whatever, and and they would send me to the area over there, and sure enough, he's was on the news, and now you're watching him, so you can't be impressed, Just like some stupid officer lost her job because she was impressed with Lil Wayne being in jail. No, you're an officer. He's an inmate. He's a rapper when he's out of the jail system. And right now he's number whatever. He's an inmate just like anybody else. He may be a rich inmate, but the poorest inmate is just equal to him. He's not no different. And that's, as an officer, that's how you have to treat him, or equal. You understand? So you can't be impressed. You can't be afraid. So corrections really investigate their officers. So when you come in, when I went in there, I figured, everybody went through what I went through, so everybody's saying, but behind the scenes, they was being pressured into now joining a gang, picking sides, picking which side you're gonna work for, and that's how it is. And when I found out, I just try to still stay to myself, but they was like, you have to pick a side or we gonna get at you, and they got at me. So I don't want you to say, oh, well, she got in trouble, blah, 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 blah. You gotta read between the lines. You understand? I'm not, you know, and you try to talk to your family, and your family be like, yeah, but you always act funny, and so they, not everybody's gonna be wrong. And it's sad because I try to talk to my sister. I used to try to talk to my mom and my son. None of them believe me, none, because they can't believe so many people didn't like me or was after me. They be like, even on the block, ma, how they get to know people in your job? And you try to explain them and nobody believes you. So you look just as crazy as they want you to look, So then, you play the game. All right, I'm crazy. Whatever. Just leave me alone. And they either leave you alone or they continue to bother you. So, uh, in my case, they continue to bother me, but I try to ignore people. I really try to ignore people. And it's going to be an uphill road for you. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to stand here and say, oh, all you got to do is, you see something, say something. No, it's not that easy because you don't know who to trust. The reason why I'm dressed like this, it's cold outside. I'm warm, and plus, I'm dressed in my little house dress, and I'm trying to tell a story. I want you to take me seriously, so I don't want I sleep in my little slinky dress or whatever, but I just want to be taken seriously, and I want to tell my story. And I want you to know that you're not by yourself. That I went through that, and good luck in your journey. All right, good luck.